Um, First, Jayadvaita Swami sends his utmost respects and appreciation. And we were actually spent some time this morning talking about Bhakti Madhava Puri Maharaj. And we both have the same feelings for you, Maharaj. In Rabindra Sarup puts it very well this way. First, you join a movement, and then you become a pure devotee, and then later on you become a human being in which you have vulnerability and emotions and humility. And we both see you that way, that from the very first time we met, you were already advanced beyond us as a human being with humility and emotions and all those things that a person has without the airs of trying to be, purer than thou. You also exhibited in something that we both admire a lot, in extreme loyalty to Guru and Gauranga. Now, in devotional service, there's a few qualities that make for some success. One of the qualities, especially in BI work, is intellect. And obviously, you have your PhD and your superb intellect, but the second quality is equally as important. And this was a quality really exemplified by Srup Damodar Maharaj. And that was the quality of being a gentleman. I mean, Srup Damodar Maharaj could go almost to any scientist in the world and they would become his friend. Nobel laureates. There I am in Mayapur sitting next to the inventor of the laser beam, and he's loving it. And that ability to also be a gentleman, because there's a problem. Prabhupada once said, when asked about the scientist, said, these scientists are very proud, Prabhupada said. And they have a right to be proud for what they've done, so treat them with respect. And so in dealing with these scientists, it's so easy for us to become condescending and rather than be a gentleman. So to combine intellectual ability with gentlemanly behavior is the only formula for success at the BI. And Srup Damodar Maharaj, of course, in all the years, demonstrated that quite expertly. In a similar way, Maharaj, when I visited you in Princeton, I saw your web blogs and your interactions. Even sometimes you and I and all of us, sometimes when we're with, big shots, we even have to bite our tongue a little bit. But you know how to do that. You're good at it. You know how to do these things and to win friends. And if we're not going to make friends among the scientists, then how can we succeed? Anuttama Prabhu explained to me in dealing with the anti-cult people. He says, when you're dealing with the anti-cult people, there are the extremes. He says he never deals with them. He only deals with the moderates. And he's a huge success with the anti-cult people, such that when he was at an anti-cult convention recently in Adodi and everything, this was before COVID, the fellow at the check-in desk saw him and said, oh, would you mind watching the desks for me? I have to set up for a speaker. Nuttama says, are you kidding? He says, no. So there is a Nuttama checking in all the people at an anti-cult convention wearing a dhoti. So, because he knew how to appeal to the moderates, not the extremes. Again, Maharaj, you know how to appeal to the moderates who can actually start understanding the metaphysical principles that life cannot come from matter. You know how to deal to them. You know how to be respectful to the fringes, but not overly engage with them because it's a waste of time. you are actually expert in your dealings, which is extremely admirable. When we first presented, you and I, in our former bodies in 1977 with Prabhupada, we were up against some of the big shot scientists that actually came to Vrindavan, and they gave their arguments. We gave our arguments, and every night Prabhupada would call you and me and Gyana and Srup Damodar and Sadaputa into his room to hear our Sankirtan scores. Our scores were, what did they say? Prabhupada wanted to know, what did we say?
Dr. Kapoor was there this morning. I was not there during the part when he spoke, but apparently he spoke some Mayavadi philosophy. This Dr. O.B.L. Kapoor.
He said that everything is made of molecules, and molecules are invisible. Therefore, actually everything is invisible. Therefore, everything is like a dream. Everything is unreal.
This is the result of all of his years of study in order to write his book. He's become a Mayavadi, or at least his Madhava Das. Our Madhava Das, he got up and completely defeated him. Dr. Kapoor is really something.
He has become Mayavadi.
Yes. Does that sound possible?
Huh?
It sounds possible, doesn't it? Yeah.
He said before he met His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta that he was a Mayavadi. Now he's still a Mayavadi.
Well, he gave up he became part of this Nitai Gaur Radhe Shyam group. And how genuine could he be to do that? Anyway, no one took him very seriously.
Huh?
No one took him very seriously, especially after Madhava Das smashed his nonsense point. Of course, he did it very nicely, Madhava Das, because he's a scientist. He did it in a very tasteful way, scientifically proved that what he said was wrong.
And Prabhupada was so happy that in a gentlemanly way, in our suits and ties, we could engage with these scientists. And even though we were young and they were generally, many of them were much older, more mature than us, we could engage in a gentlemanly way and in an intelligent way. So in many ways, Maharaj, with all these years, all your work, and is a great inspiration to me. And I'm so happy to eventually be back in where I ended with Prabhupada, back in BI service. And I hope over the many more birthdays that there's many more things you and I can do together. So I offer you my obeisances at your footsies, and Jayadvaita Swami, who unfortunately has to be at another class now, joins me in offering our heartfelt respect and appreciation for you. Jai Maharaj. Hare Krishna.
Jai Tirtha Prabhu ki Jai. Thank you. And also offer my Dandavat to Advaita Maharaj. Appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.